Hello, my loves. It's Jana from Feeling Loudly. I'm going to be sharing a collective reading today. I've rolled the astro dice to get a clue into the theme. That's these little bumps that you see right here, the dice. I will be pulling cards live. As you can see, I'm already shuffling for you. It looks like the theme of today's reading is going to be focused on probably a combination of love, as in romance, potentially childhood stuff coming into play. We'll see what happens. And again, you can tune back into the other collective readings that I've posted recently. You can find them under the collective readings playlist on my channel. And I also offer short 60-second tarot readings for each of the signs, and I post those regularly. So you can go check those out for your sun, moon, and rising, and you'll see them listed as like sign readings under my playlist. So for example, Taurus readings will be readings for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, let's get into it. So again, in terms of the overall theme for this reading, we have the 5th house coming up, we have Scorpio coming up, and we have Venus. And so Scorpio might be significant in your chart, Leo. We also have Taurus and Libra. And then I'll read off the signs that I'm seeing from the major arcana and from the court cards. So I also have Capricorn here. I also have Sagittarius here. I have Pisces, and we'll leave it at that. Doesn't matter if you don't hear your placements listed. Okay. So the feeling that I'm getting from this spread so far is that for a lot of you, you have maybe been reverting into old patterns that are familiar to you, things that you've been sort of doing since childhood. And so I see a lot of energy of childhood coming in here. It feels like for a lot of you, you get kind of stopped in your tracks throughout your day, maybe when you're working or if you're working on creative projects, and it feels like it kind of creates this portal for you that brings you back in time and creates a sense of nostalgia. And this could just be like throughout your day, I just had some throat stuff happen very suddenly. I felt like an energetic block was lifted from my throat out of nowhere. And that's something that I've been struggling with recently and that a lot of people have been struggling with. So maybe this is something that you're going through too. Whew, that was kind of intense. The throat is connected, or the throat is ruled by Taurus. Each of the signs rules different parts of the body. And I feel like for a lot of you, you may have been feeling kind of psychically inundated. And I did do a reading 2 days ago on the need for energetic hygiene and protection. I think that was 2 days ago. So you might want to go back and watch that after you watch this. It's called Energetic Hygiene is Needed and So is an Ending. So again, that reading may be relevant to you too. But it feels like you're needing to engage in some type of ritual to clear blockages, specifically around the throat, around your expression. So you may want to do some type of ritual burning. Keep it safe if you do. Please use like a fire-safe bowl. Do it ideally like in the sink or in the bathtub. Turn on the fan. Keep it really light. Don't burn large pieces of paper. Don't burn anything that's toxic and can create toxic fumes. And I always say that because I think it's easy to make mistakes with fire, but fire can be a very powerful, energetic cleanser. I just dropped some cards and I had the devil show up upright. Oh, I almost got stuck down there. Wow. Okay. And then I had the Queen of Pentacles fall out as well. And so I already mentioned Capricorn, but there could be the Queen of Pentacles can be associated really with any of the earth signs. And the Queen was inverted in the reverse position, but when I dropped her, she came out upright. And then the Devil was upright. And these are 2 Capricorn cards. So for a lot of you, it feels like there is some type of significant thing that has happened, perhaps with a Capricorn person. Perhaps this is the energy that you need to kind of safeguard yourself from. It doesn't have to be. I want to emphasize that. I think there's a lot of fear-mongering and tarot readings on social media, and that can lead us to really dangerous places. So it's not so important where this is coming from. It's not so important how this is being sent your way. It could just be that people are thinking some nasty thoughts about you, and that floods into your energetic field. It could be that this is just an old tie from the past, someone that you had a difficult experience with, and that they're even unconsciously, because these things are often unconscious, sending some bad vibes your way. And so again, I feel like some type of cleansing is really important here, and so is trusting your intuition about the people that you surround yourself with. Okay, there's a need with the Devil to break a chain of attachment. We see 2 beings that are chained together in the face of the Devil. And this doesn't necessarily have to be with another person. This could be with a habit. This could be with an addiction. This could be with toxic thoughts about self or others. This could be something that is much more mental than it is material often. But I do feel like it could be connected to a Queen of Pentacles type figure. And maybe that's you. If you're a very earthy person, that could be you too, and representing more about the sort of like internal patterns, beliefs, narratives that you're needing to cut ties with. So I'd encourage you to, again, engage in some type of ritual. It can be as simple as writing down on a piece of paper something that you want to cut ties with, a pattern, a person, a substance, and safely burn it. Let go and set the intention to release it energetically from yourself, to cut that cord. You can go listen to a cord cutting meditation. There are so many ways you can do this. There are many cord cutting meditations on YouTube, and that's a free way to get some support from a practitioner. So let's move a little bit deeper. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse here. I feel like whatever this tie is, it's been blocking your manifestations in a way. It's been sort of blocking your vision and preventing you from kind of realizing the dreams that you've set your mind on, that you've set your hopes on. We have the King of Wands coming up here, and I feel like for many of you, this is representing your energy when you move beyond this blockage. The King of Wands is a powerhouse. There's someone who's confident, creative, poised, someone who can really own their fire energy, their creative spark. And so for you, I feel like you're really entering this era where you are going to be seizing that wand and sort of acting as the leader, the driver in your life. And this is a more active placement. This is someone who really kind of reaches toward what they're seeking. And for you, again, I feel like that requires you sort of turning this 3 of Wands around and recognizing all of the blessings that lie ahead. This may, again, bring about a necessary ending. This card is not technically the 10 of Swords. It's like a duplicate of the 10 of Swords that instead says everything is fine. And it's sort of like that meme you see online of the dog in the room that's on fire and they're sitting there with a cup of coffee at the table and it's like, this is fine. This is a similar energy, except we see this figure who's on their phone sort of absorbed in a screen as they have these 10 swords piercing them. And so there's this really potent ending that comes around for you that frees you up for your 10 of Cups. And this is so much joy, happiness, fulfillment. This is one of the happiest cards in the entire tarot. And it's beautiful. It's powerful fulfillment and joy, but it's preceded by a necessary ending. We have to often cut people out of our lives, cleanse our connections and our own energy in order to make way for what's to come. And sometimes people sort of show their true colors, or we see the reality of a connection right before we're about to kind of move into a phase of growth and beautification, because having that energy still in our lives as we move into this new phase would only hinder us. And so I feel like this necessary ending is critical. And I see the King of Cups in reverse coming up here. For a lot of you, this may be the person. This is a Pisces card, but it could be Scorpio or Cancer too. This could be another person or the person that you're needing to release. Or this could represent a challenge that could come up for you after you encounter a lot of joy and fulfillment. For some of you, this is showing up as maybe an ex, maybe someone who comes back into your life and kind of strolls in once they see you happy, once they see you kind of in your power. And they're wanting a piece of that. They're wanting to come back around once you've sort of found your footing and are seeing a lot of success and joy, because they're like, ooh, now it's time for me to stroll back in and sort of take what I let go of, take what I mistreated, take what I cast off or disrespected or whatever. So be wary. Know that as we expand, as we grow, as we become more fulfilled and more joyful and more, self-actualized, sometimes that attracts people who don't have great intentions. Sometimes that attracts people with shiny object syndrome who get caught up looking at what they have to gain, who get distracted by the next pretty thing, the next exciting thing. And in your case, again, that could be someone from the past, or it could just be a figure who comes in seeming really sort of like emotionally attractive, but they end up potentially being quite manipulative. And someone who doesn't actually have high emotional intelligence, someone who is quite reckless and maybe emotionally immature, but who might come across as being emotionally mature. And so it's going to be important for you to use your discernment and always check in with how your body is feeling when you're connecting with people. Always, always, always check in with your body. See what messages it has for you. We often interpret physical anxiety as excitement and as attraction, but often what are sort of like tense and jittery and maybe like contracted physical experiences telling us is that the person we're with is not safe, or just not necessarily that there's something wrong with them or evil about them, but that there's something there that's being triggered that's telling us this is not for me, at least right now. And you can always check in with your biases and ask, like, am I judging this person? Do I have some type of prejudice against this person that's impacting the way that I'm physically responding to them? But come back to your truth. Check yourself, check your biases, but come back to your truth, because there's something that your intuition is trying to convey to you through the way that your body responds. And unfortunately, we've been misguided by a lot of rom-coms and a lot of sort of pop romance stuff that has taught us that we are going to get the butterflies. We're going to get sick to our stomach with excitement. We're going to get swept away. And all of that sort of destabilizing energy does not have to be a part of romance, does not have to be a part of attraction. So I feel like that's something you're learning about, is the way that your attraction can be soft, comfortable, safe, stuff that you used to find boring. And so I have the Four of Pentacles now coming up in the upright. And for you, I feel like this is about finding security within yourself. Sometimes this card can indicate like greediness or stinginess, sort of like a hoarding energy. And so that might be something that you have to sort of reckon with, is not so much possessiveness, although that could be it, but more like materialism, because I feel like for a lot of you, your finances are going to be improving radically. I feel like for a lot of you, your material stability is going to be improving radically. And I had the Three of Pentacles show up right after that. And it could be that you collaborate with people who are really great teammates for you, that you kind of have people flowing in who want to work with you, who want to connect with you and build with you. But you're going to need to kind of improve your boundaries relationally. And that's in turn going to improve your finances and your stability, because you're going to have just more boundaries, healthier boundaries across the board. Let's get one final message. So I do have the Lovers coming up at the bottom of the deck, and I dropped several cards into my lap, but the one that it opened up to was the Queen of Cups. So this could be the energy that you're entering into. We also have the Empress now at the bottom of the deck and the King of Pentacles. And so these could be people you're connecting with. I feel like for many of you, you're stepping into Empress energy, you're stepping into King of Pentacles energy, and you're stepping into Queen of Cups energy. And I spoke to this just now. The cups are more about our emotions and often our relationships, whereas the pentacles are more about our material reality. And so again, it's emphasizing that as you step into your power and you develop healthier boundaries with the people in your life, you're going to develop healthier boundaries and a healthier relationship with your money and with your material reality, with your resources. And that is kind of your growth path into Empress energy. The Empress can be someone who kind of contains all of the wisdom of the four suits and has in some way mastered loving relationships and care and nurturance. This is a Taurus and Libra card. And the King of Pentacles is a Virgo card. The Queen of Cups is a Cancer card, but we could have all the water and earth signs represented here. And then I also see the Nine of Pentacles, which is incredible independence and material stability. This is you really kind of like figuring out how to do life. It's you figuring out how to step forward into stability. And I think when you do, you're eventually going to have a really beautiful, loving relationship that comes along. This is a Gemini card. And I'm just naming the signs in case they resonate with you. Not that like these people have to fall under these signs or placements. But I do feel like there's a really beautiful relationship that's ahead for you, whether that's romantic, whether that's platonic, whatever the case, it doesn't matter. And finally, I saw the sun poking out of the deck. So there's a lot of joy ahead. Just know that for yourself. All right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this and it resonated, please do like, comment, subscribe. It makes a big difference as I build my channel. And if you're interested, I have a podcast. It's called Feeling Loudly. You can find it in all of the major podcast platforms. And I also offer personal readings, tarot, astrology, Akashic records. And you can go find me on TikTok and Instagram at Feeling Loudly if you want more short form content and stuff that I don't post on YouTube. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find the link in the description, along with all my other links are under my link tree. Thank you so much, friends. I hope this was helpful, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day, week, whatever. Bye.